Hey everyone, join me for a quick lunchtime ride around Lake Woodlands. We'll do 10 miles in just 10 minutes. So you get to see all the way around, and as we take off, we're heading out at the north end of the lake by some of the office buildings out here and cruising around. As you can see in the background, here's a 12-story corporate building on the edge of the lake with great views. On the north side of the lake, you can kind of come around, and they've got a bridge, and a lot of water when it rains flows in and across the lake. You cruise across this wooden slat bridge, cruising over to another big corporate building. Stick with me on this ride though as we go all the way around Lake Woodlands, then down the Waterway all the way around to the mall, and then back up and to close the loop. So these are some nice corporate buildings, and they have such nice little lunch areas employees can go out. But another thing, this building right here has, it's kind of cool. I'll show you in a second, but first we'll start on the map, and you can see at the north end of the lake here where we start out, and we come across, and then we go all the way around over to North Shore Park. I did a loop around North Shore Park, but we're still back going around the north end of the lake. But this building here, like I was saying, they made a path all the way up to continue the path, but they left the wooden bridgeway going through this kind of swampy area, but it's beautiful, all hidden little gems. So if you ever get a chance to kind of cruise along here, I'm just so glad they didn't take it out. We kind of thought that they'd get rid of it, but it's nice that they left it here, and you can kind of cruise down and around. It's just a little, it's the scenic route instead of coming up their fancy entryway. And then what's nice here is this is the way you get across the bridge, because this is Research Forest, which has no shoulder at all. So they've got a dedicated bike path, which is great. And so you come flying up that dedicated bike path, and then I went through a wooded area. And if you notice, my pants were all clean at the beginning of this ride, but as I was going through the wooden area, I thought it wasn't too bad, but then my wheels sunk up to the pedals. And when it did that, I just fell forward. I wasn't filming at that moment. Now you can see my pants are all dirty. So I started out with clean, but it got a little dirty as I went down in the woods there. So back coming around the west side of Lake Woodlands, and some more buildings over here, but just a nice scenic ride around the lake. It's one of my favorite parts of it. And across the way there, the apartment complexes that we'll cruise there on the way back. But some of these last little buildings here that come around, and then it goes to the North Shore Park area. Then after that we go left, which is west on Lake Woodlands Drive, and then south on Panther Creek, and then left again on Woodlands Parkway. So here you see, and this is all pretty much Woodlands trails going through the trees, and it's a beautiful kind of protected little area, and it's a really nice ride. The Woodlands needs to get a clue and realize these paths are for all personal electronic vehicles, and until they get that, I'm calling this my freedom of navigation, basically. Kind of like how the U.S. sails its ships through the South China Sea, because they're international waters, and dares anyone to tell us otherwise. I love the canopy of branches and the shadows, and the way it makes you feel like it's a FPV drone just flying here through the woods and the trees. To me, there's just nothing better than this. And as we come out of the trees up here, we're coming towards the south end of the lake, and this is coming up on the South Shore Park. And what's kind of nice about this is they've got a little bridge and a little gazebo that they built out here, and we often come out here and we'll take some pictures out at the end of under the gazebo, because it's kind of a nice view on this little island that's on the very south side of the lake. I guess you can go up to that second floor to have a little better view up there, although I've never done that. It's nice enough just coming out this way. And then as we cruise around here further, you'll notice that this right here is the spillway. And so this is where Lake Woodlands, when it gets high, it comes over this spillway right here and goes out, and it turns into a creek out there. I think it's Panther Branch. And so that's where the river actually goes. Then we take a left on Lakefront Circle Road, and then we cruise around and we hook up to the Waterway. I took the opportunity to do a little seated riding, although I got mud all over the back of my fender from that spill in the mud, but just doing a little testing, seeing how it feels, cruising along seated, and it's fine. Some people really like it. I still prefer standing, but it looks like it still gets people surprised to see it and turn in some heads there as they're watching me cruise past. The path continues, curves around, and now comes along the Waterway. Right here, we're coming around the Riva Row Boathouse. And this is actually kind of a break in this circle there with the duck paddle boats, or swan paddle boats, whatever they are. But that waterway does not go through, so those paddle boats just stay on just the waterway portion only. And as you look at the map, you'll see we go down all the way along the waterway, cross over, and go all the way around to the mall and do a little loop there and then come back. I also like these pedestrian walkways going over the waterway. You can go over some roads, but the pedestrian walkways, of course, with these ramps, kind of give you an opportunity to cruise around. They're tight little hairpin turns, and if you're on an e-skate or e-board, they have a tough time. They're really not able to do this kind of a turn. But it's just one of the reasons why EUC is one of the best micro-mobility devices out there. It can do almost anything that you can walk. It can turn, it can do whatever. So now we're all the way down, going around the end of the waterway. This building right to the side of me there is one that you see from the 45. And this bridge coming up here is the Lake Robbins Drive Bridge. And it connects right over by the mall. Right around this corner, there's a bunch of restaurants out here. Often we'll see people out dining on the patios and as I go cruising by. And this is going under the Mall Ring Road. One more pedestrian bridge that crosses over, and then again those hairpin turns. And then it drops down to come along the bridge to come to the very end of the waterway. And that ends in a little circle that has a few restaurants that you might have heard there, Fleming's, and I think P.F. Chang's, and the Cheesecake Factory, all around this little walkway. And you can go up an elevator there, but as I'm coming up here, my camera's sticking out too far. Bam! And it hits the camera. And I was all, oh no. But luckily, my Insta360 was in this aluminum protective case. And when I saw that it was okay, I was all, oh yeah, that's worth it. Glad I got that. So then I headed back down, come all the way down there. There's a straight section that's nice and smooth, and I went a little fast on that. But then come all the way around. This is Restaurant Row, around the east side of Lake Woodward, and you also get people kind of hanging out here, and then they're eating in the restaurants. And coming back up this way, and instead of taking the stairs, there's a little ramp that goes up right in between Escalantes and leads you right back up. And this is the very final section. We come back around the corporate buildings where we left from, and cruise back around them. This is a great place again for people to come out, eat their lunch, enjoy the fresh air. And all this while Texas is still cool and comfortable, because my understanding is the heat and humidity is coming. Summer's coming, so might have to go on some earlier rides instead of a lunchtime if it gets that hot. I don't know. I haven't acclimated yet, so we'll have to find out how that goes. But overall, nice place. You can't beat coming out here for a beautiful ride. We did 10 miles in 45 minutes, but 10 miles and 10 minutes of video. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can see right here the final path as we came around and showing you the full time and the full route. About 10 miles, 45 minutes, and only 10 minutes of video. So hey, so don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my channel and the other 60 plus videos that you can find there. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.